Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Alante's Corner. Today, we'll be touching on the topic of the digital native versus the digital immigrant. Digital natives and digital immigrants are similar in more ways than one could ever imagine. This is a statement that most people debate to be otherwise false. Now that you know what you're in for, let's get straight into it. I'm pretty sure we all know someone who can make the simplest technological tasks more complex than it really should be. Am I right? But hey, who are we to judge? Before we jump to any conclusions and begin classifying people into specific categories, let's distinguish the difference between a digital native and a digital immigrant. The names themselves are pretty self-explanatory, but it doesn't hurt for a refresher. So, we have the digital native who has been born into the technology era and doesn't have so many adjustments to make. They're pretty much ready to get the ball rolling when it comes to technology. They know it like the back of their hands. It's just second nature to them. Whereas, on the other hand, the digital immigrant is sometimes those who aren't born into the era of technology. Therefore, they have a lot of adapting and adjustments and learning that has to happen. It's not as scary as it sounds, I promise. But according to the article, digital natives and digital immigrants towards a model of digital fluency, and I quote, digital fluency is the ability to reformulate knowledge and produce information to express oneself creatively and appropriately in a digital environment. Just like what's happening right now as I am recording this digital audio essay. Back to it though. There are many who may feel like digital natives won't be as teachable by the digital immigrant, but that doesn't always stand true. According to Unicheck's blog, Digital Immigrant versus Digital Native, Closing the Gap, collaboration is the key when it comes down to the teaching situation, being that the two groups can feed off of each other. If the two groups are open to each other, the learning possibilities will be infinite. Before knowing the difference between the two, I'm more than sure we were categorizing people left and right with no hesitation, myself included. In most cases, we will classify our lovable grandparents and some of our teachers who love their chalkboard. This does not go for you, Dr. Martin, as being a digital immigrant, and our generation being considered the digital natives. That's not always the case for the simple fact that there are various factors that can affect which category a person can fall into. Sometimes there are more adults who have been exposed to technology than have a younger child. Being that this is very odd in this day and age because most kids we see today from the age 2 and under normally have either an iPad or an iPhone in their hand. But let's get back to on track. If we think about it, not everyone has the luxury of having the access to internet or technology like some of us in this room do. So the next time we think to put someone in either category, we'll have a few things to take into consideration. I myself would classify my grandmother as being a digital immigrant for the simple fact that she was born before technology like the internet and smartphones came to be about. But as time progresses, so does she, surprisingly. She's open to learning new things about technology each day. Even got her to get a smartphone about a year ago, so that's a plus in the right direction. Maybe her classification one day can become of the digital native status. On the other hand, we have my mom, who I would consider to be a digital native already. She's a bit more up to par with this technology stuff, I guess you can say, being that her job does require her to know how to use a computer. And we're not just talking the basic level things. As much as it takes out of me, I hate to admit it, but she does know a little more than me when it comes down to the different software programs on a computer. Thanks for listening with me today. I hope you enjoyed this talk, and until next time, this is your host, Alante, signing off.